So the first card you have for your past is the Three of Wands. So this is kind of, sometimes this can be about waiting for things. This is looking out over the water, thinking about things, just standing there contemplating things. And I'm seeing that, yeah, I'm actually seeing, okay, so I'm seeing both happiness and sadness actually in this card. I'm seeing that, you know, you could have been looking back over a time that you had with someone, or a time that you had, and you know, you went through some difficult times and you went through some good times as well, and you're just really kind of contemplating all of these times, and not just memories that you had with one person, all sorts of kind of different memories. You're really looking back on your life. Yeah, I'm seeing you having some time to yourself. You had some time to really think. And this is probably why you were looking back over all of these memories, all of these things, emotions. You might have been laughing or crying, all sorts of different things you were going, and you were feeling. It's almost like a movie of things that have happened, and you were looking back over them. And yes, you could have been putting all of these memories and, yeah, all of these experiences into something new. That's what creative people do. It's like, you know, you're putting all of these emotions and these things and these memories into, it might have been a piece of art, or it might have been a piece of writing. It could be, you know, something creative. Something creative was being made out of these experiences. And I've actually seen this a lot in quite a few of your readings, probably in the last 2 or 3 readings, that you were kind of either writing something or making something or doing some kind of personal project or something like that. And this is really good. I mean, you're a true creative person if you can do that. A lot of people try to forget old times and old experiences and old memories, but what you do is you create them into something new. You're a creator. And so this is really good. This is really positive. You make something new out of things, and that's what I'm seeing you were doing. So yes, the next card you have your past is the Seven of Cups. So yes, this can be a confusing card sometimes, but I'm seeing, I'm seeing that you might have been trying to help someone. You're trying to help someone see a lot of different possibilities that they had at this time. This person had a lot of opportunities, a lot of things they could do in front of them, and you could see all these different things, but you could see everything very clearly, actually. But they couldn't see anything at all. They kind of couldn't see things. They don't have a very good imagination, this person. This could be a client. This could be someone who you're working for. This is a very, very practical person. An extremely practical person. They're kind of like, show me the evidence. I don't believe that until I see the actual evidence. What are the facts? What is the research? Show me the scientific experiments, all of that kind of thing. So this person might have been struggling to actually see what you were saying or see any abstract ideas, because you might have had a kind of abstract idea. You might have been thinking, oh, well, maybe it's this, or it's a little bit of this, might look like that, and then I don't have the full picture yet, but if you can see the full picture, it'll kind of look like this or that. And they were saying, no, I can't understand that, I can't see that, I don't have the imagination to see that. And they were really, really struggling. They might have struggled to even take what you were saying seriously. So your ideas might have even seemed a little bit fantasy-like to this person. I think, you know, you did convince this person of some things, but, you know, it was very, very hard work trying to convince this person. And even when you did convince them of one thing, they were still a little bit skeptical after all of your hard work that you did. You put in a lot of hard work to make them try and understand what you were trying to achieve, where you were coming from. I'm sorry, I'm really losing my concentration because there was a siren in the background. And I always say, every time there's a noise, I hear it. And I've had people in the comments say, I can't hear the noise. It's okay, keep going. But every tiny thing distracts me. Okay, so I'm going to go back to this again. I'm going to think about what was I seeing in this. So yes. This person was very facts and figures. They were very skeptical because you were seeing all of these ideas they couldn't see. You could see them in the abstract, and they didn't have the imagination to see exactly what was going on here and what the possibilities were. But I'm seeing that, you've put the hard work in to try and convince them, and you might have convinced them of doing one of these ideas, one of these things, and they said, okay, well, I'll do one and I'll see how it goes. Now I'm seeing that once they start to see the results of whatever this is, they're going to start to trust you. They're going to start to trust more of your ideas, and they're going to see some real results, and then they're going to trust your ideas. They're going to trust more of your ideas, and eventually they're going to come around to your way of thinking, and then they're going to trust you with more and more and more things. They're going to open up to your way of thinking more and more and more. But it is going to take time with this person. That's what I'm seeing. So the last card you have, your past, is the Seven of Pentacles. More sevens. So what I'm seeing with this is, more patience. So as well as having to be patient with this person in the Seven of Cups, you also had to be quite patient, more than quite patient, in a love situation. I'm seeing that, you're putting work into something, and then you decided, I'm not going to bother with this anymore, it's not worth it. And then you're putting work in again, and then you're pulling back again. And this was because you weren't getting the results that you wanted. And I'm actually seeing someone in your life, this other person, your partner, going backwards and forwards, backwards and then forwards to you and then back again, and that kind of thing. They were coming in and out of your life. I'm not seeing that they were coming in and out of your life physically. It's not like they were leaving you and then coming back again. This is emotional, and this is in terms of giving you attention. So they might have come in at some times and said, oh, I love you so much, let's do this together, let's do that, blah, 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 blah. And then they suddenly disappeared, and then you kind of said, are you okay? No, I'm okay. And they weren't kind of giving you that attention. So it was like they were kind of blowing hot and cold. And every time they went back, you decided to go back. So it was like they were kind of making you like that. And you didn't want to be like that. You really didn't want to play games, but you're kind of caught up in this silly game. And you're getting tired of this game of tennis going backwards and forwards. And, you are looking back over things, and that's what this man in this card's doing. He's looking back over what he's done, and he's thinking about it. So at this time, you might have been thinking, do I really need to be going backwards and forwards in this game? I put so much work in. It's not getting anywhere. Is it all worth it? That's what I'm seeing more than anything. Is it all worth it? Okay, that's what I'm seeing there in your past. And I'm really sorry I was distracted and I lost my concentration. So moving on, the first card you have for your present is the Queen of Swords. So yes, you're a really independent person. You're really independent. And even though this backwards and forwards behavior was really bothering you, actually really upsetting you in a way, because you really did care about this person, you still do. You still had a full life, and you still do have a full life outside of this person. And it's really important for everyone to have a full life outside of their relationship as well. So, you're also a loyal person though, and not to the point of staying with someone when they're behaving really badly, but you also don't like to jump from one relationship to another, and you're not going to jump out of a relationship for every tiny little thing. So if someone looks at you wrong or says a little thing, you're not going to say, right, I'm leaving you. You're not that kind of person. You're a very loyal person, and you try to make things work as much as you possibly can. And that's what I'm seeing in the Seven of Pentacles. You're putting a lot of work in. You don't give up on things easily. You don't give up on people easily. And I'm actually seeing you kind of saying to this person, what's wrong? What's the matter? And they're saying things like, oh, nothing's wrong. I'm just busy. You understand that. You're busy as well. But clearly, you're not feeling happy or satisfied with this person being hot and cold with you. Of course you're not. I wouldn't be either. I'm seeing you... I'm not actually seeing you taking a lot of action on this at this time. I'm seeing what you're doing is you're just contemplating things. You're just thinking about things. You do think about things very carefully before you make decisions, especially big decisions. So at this time you're thinking, I don't want to leave this person. I do care about them. I love them a lot. But I can't stand this hot and cold. I can't stand this tennis game. I don't want to be drawn into games. I don't like playing games. And so you're thinking, I don't like this on the one hand, but on the other hand, I do care about them and I don't want to just jump up and leave them. So you had a lot to think about, and that's what was happening at this time. You're just contemplating this. So the next card you have, your present, is the Five of Swords. Yes. So you could be at this time, you might decide that you're just going to take a break from this for a while. I'm seeing you just feeling exhausted from this whole thing. Exhausted even thinking about this. You could just be taking a break inside your head. It might not be physically yet, because you might be thinking, well, I'm going to take a break inside my head. I'm just going to detach inside my head, and then I'll decide what I'm going to do later. So this is what happens with you, is you don't kind of rush in or out. You kind of take a lot of small steps and you decide kind of slowly as you go along, and this is what you're doing. And, because nobody's going to win. Nobody's going to win in this backwards and forwards game of tennis or whatever this is. So you're going to walk away. Whether you walk away for good is another thing. You might decide to do that eventually. And it might be something you do decide to do after you've worked through all of this properly in your mind. But, if you do eventually truly walk away from this person, they're going to have lost someone very, very loyal. They're going to have lost someone who is very, very caring, and they might only realize what they've lost when it's too late, and it's going to be too late for them, and that's very, very sad. Very, very sad. The last card you have, your present, is the Eight of Cups. Leaving, walking away. So again, yes, this is you. This is you taking a break from all of this stress. There's a Wall of Cups. It's an emotional wall in this card. They have built up this emotional wall because of their behavior, because they're blowing hot and cold. They're going backwards and forwards, and they're building up a wall between you. That's what they have done. You haven't done this. They've done this. So, I'm not seeing this walking away as being permanent, actually. It might not even be physical yet at this stage. It might still be you walking away in your head or distancing yourself, because I'm seeing this kind of wait and see thing. What you're going to do, I'm seeing, is or what you are doing, is you're going to just walk away, distance yourself. When they come back and kind of give you a little kind of fish hook, come back to me a little bit, you're not going to take the bait. You're just going to distance yourself. You're going to kind of keep away for a while, and you're going to wait and see. You're going to wait and see what they do. Now, if they do come forward to you again, you're probably going to want all or nothing, which is understandable. You don't want a half person. You don't want someone who's going to be there 1 second and the next minute they're not. You're going to want to have someone who is there with you all the time. You want all or nothing. You do not want a half-hearted game of tennis. You deserve more than that, and you know it. And you're going to start to put your foot down. That's what I'm seeing. So the first card you have for your future is the Knight of Pentacles. So yes, this is what you're heading toward with this project in the Three of Wands, this kind of creative project that's very personal to you. And yeah, again, I keep on seeing this in all your readings. So this is a very, very big, important thing to you. This is really going to give you stability. I'm seeing that because you have, Pentacles, and it's going to give you financial stability. It's also going to give you stability inside yourself. You're going to have this really lovely, amazing feeling of self-satisfaction. I've achieved this. I've done this by myself. I feel really content. I'm really happy with this. This is going to take a long time for you to finish, though, because the Knight is very slow. He stands there very slowly. He looks like he's not moving at all. So you're a perfectionist. You're going to take a long time to finish this. It's going to take you a long, long time to get to the stage where you are feeling content. But that's okay. You're happy with that. You like paying a lot of attention to detail. You like taking your time. You're very careful, especially when your reputation's on the line. You're very careful about what you put out to the world. But because you're doing this, because you're going to be doing this, the quality is going to be fantastic. I mean, this is going to be the best quality thing ever, and that's why you're going to get so many rewards from this, both inside of you and outside of you. You're going to come to a place of being very, very, very secure because of this. And if this person's not going to be around you when you do finish this, I'm very sorry for them, because it's going to be really good for you financially and, you know, for your own confidence and your well-being. The next card you have for your future is the Six of Pentacles. So yes, I'm seeing a conversation. I'm seeing a conversation. This is between you and this backwards and forwards, hot and cold person. This is a conversation about fairness that you're going to have. This card is about fairness. The man in this card is giving to one person and not the other one. You see this as a very unfair situation, the way that they're treating you, and it is an unfair situation. And I'm actually seeing there might be a confrontation here. Not an angry confrontation, but this is going to be a kind of, this is like a last chance for them, actually. This is a last chance for them to be upfront, talk to you about how they feel, what's truly going on. You're going to talk about how you feel one last time. So I'm seeing that, you know, yeah, you've given them a lot of chances. This is their last chance. You're going to wait for their response. Now, their response might be positive. If it is positive, if it tells you what you want to hear, and you can tell that it is a very genuine response, you might move forward with them again. You might go back with them again. If this is a bad response, you're not going to bother with this person again. That's what I'm seeing. Enough is enough with this person. If they give you no response, that's also a bad response. That just tells you how little they really think about this whole thing. And it tells you how little they feel about you, how much they care or how little they care. And I'm being very blunt, I know, but you know, you're going to have to come to this time. It's a very crucial time and a crucial point in this relationship, and it has to happen. It really does. I'm sorry, I'm being blunt. This is what I'm seeing. The last card you have for your future is the Four of Pentacles. Yes. The man in this card, he's covering his heart. He's holding onto his heart. I'm not seeing this person opening up in this conversation. I'm not seeing them actually coming out with what you want to hear. I'm seeing this person might not actually have the emotional maturity or the emotional intelligence to actually be in a proper, mature relationship with someone. That's what I'm seeing. They just can't handle this. I know this is a really, really specific reading. I know it probably will only relate to or resonate with very few people. I just hope that this message gets out to the right people or the right person, even if it's only one person. This is a conversation that has to happen. You cannot keep on going back with this person, backwards and forwards. I know you're a very loyal person. I know you like to stick with things. There's no point in sticking with someone who doesn't give you that loyalty back that you're giving to them. Only give your loyalty and your heart to someone who deserves it. That's what I'm seeing. And yes, again, I'm sorry if I'm being blunt. This is what I'm seeing